Angels are waiting for your response. This message is sealed with divine power. Open it within 2 minutes. My radiant soul, listen carefully. The air around you is not silent tonight. A divine vibration is stirring in the unseen realm. The angels, yes, the very ones assigned to your destiny, are standing by, waiting for your response. Your wings shimmer with anticipation because this message is sealed with divine power. The heavens have placed it in front of you, not by accident, but by divine arrangement. You've been feeling that strange pull in your spirit lately, haven't you? That quiet whisper that something is coming, something sacred and beyond logic. Archangel Michael stands at the center of this revelation, his sword glowing blue like fire in the night. He says, "Time is not waiting, child. You have been called, and the scroll of your next chapter is ready to be opened. This is not just another message on your screen. It's a sacred seal sent to your soul. For 2 days, the angelic council has watched you wrestle with confusion and silence, wondering if you'd finally open your heart to divine guidance. And now, within these next 2 minutes, your response will decide the movement of heaven over your life. You see, when God releases a sealed message, it means the time of delay has ended. A waiting season is over. Every angel assigned to your promise is now holding their breath. Archangel Michael whispers, "Tell them, this is not a coincidence. It's an activation." Right now, as you listen, a spiritual key is being handed to you. You may not see it, but your spirit does. That key unlocks the very doors that have been locked for years, the doors of clarity, peace, and divine favor. But it can only be turned when your response aligns with heaven's timing. So pause, breathe, because in the next heartbeat, your choice will echo through realms you cannot yet see. Will you ignore it, or will you respond and unlock the divine seal that's waiting to burst open in your life? Archangel Michael wants you to know this. The seal will only open to faith, not fear. Every doubt, every hesitation, every what if, these are shadows trying to keep you from your own miracle. Something magnificent is about to unfold, but only those who stay until the end will understand the full code hidden inside this message. Don't look away now, because what comes next reveals why the angels have been waiting specifically for you. Type "I unlock the seal" in the comments if you feel the power stirring in your spirit. Blessing code 1212 is now active. Hold on, the next wave of this revelation carries the moment when the heavenly seal begins to break open, and you'll want to see how Archangel Michael guides you through it. Beloved soul of light, the moment you heard those words, the seal will only open to faith. Something shifted in the spiritual atmosphere around you. You may not realize it yet, but heaven hath been waiting for this very second. The angels have gathered, forming a circle of divine fire, their wings vibrating with power, their gaze fixed upon you. And at the center stands Archangel Michael, his presence radiant, his voice calm yet fierce, declaring, "Now begins the opening." Every time you felt that deep restlessness inside your heart, every time your spirit whispered that you were meant for more, those were not random emotions. They were signals, divine indicators, that a sealed message had been sent your way. The delay, the silence, the strange stillness you've walked through recently, it was all preparation. Heaven has been aligning your frequency to match the vibration of this message so that when you hear it, your spirit recognizes it instantly. And right now, that recognition is happening. Archangel Michael says, "Child of destiny, this message carries the weight of a covenant not written on paper, but engraved in light that your soul has known since before you were born. You see, the moment you agreed to walk your divine path, heaven encoded a set of instructions inside your spirit. These instructions remain dormant until activated by a prophetic message like this one. And when it appears, it does not just inform you, it transforms you. Right now, your environment may look ordinary, but in the invisible realm, the atmosphere around you is electric. There are angels standing at the four corners of your dwelling. They are not intruders. They are guardians. Their mission, to make sure nothing interrupts this divine communication. Archangel Michael has unsheathed his sword, pointing it toward every spiritual interference that has tried to block your discernment. He declares, no more confusion, no more delay. The seal is opening. Can you feel it? A tingling, that pressure in your spirit. It's not anxiety. It's the vibration of heaven brushing against your earthly reality. This is what it feels like when divine power draws near. The angels are releasing signals, whispering your name into the atmosphere, reminding creation that your time has come. They are waiting for you to say yes, to open yourself fully to what heaven is about to release. You've been walking through storms that made no sense, battles that drained your strength, moments where you questioned if heaven even saw you. But those storms were not punishment. They were preparation. The seal could not open until you reached a level of surrender deep enough to receive what was meant for you. Archangel Michael says, tell them, the suffering was the signal. Every tear was counted, every heartbreak noted, every silent prayer recorded. And now, heaven has issued the command, activate their inheritance. Before the next release of this message, pause and listen closely. Because what happens next will not just explain why the angels are waiting, it will show you what they are carrying in their hands for you. Type I receive the covenant in the comments if your heart is ready for this unveiling. Lesson code 909 has now been released. Hold tight, the next revelation carries the moment when heaven's light descends into your current reality. You'll want to witness the very instant the divine power seals itself within you. Dearest one, the veil between heaven and earth is thinning even as you read these words. The seal that was once distant is now glowing right before your spirit's eye, and Archangel Michael stands near, his wings unfolding like a radiant storm of fire and light. The air around your soul is changing. The angels are not just waiting, they are watching for your command. You hold more power than you realize, and heaven is urging you to use it. The message sealed with divine power is opening now, and every line of it bears your name, written by the hand of eternity itself. Do you feel that subtle vibration in your spirit? That sense of sacred anticipation? It is not imagination, it is recognition. Your soul remembers this sound because it has heard it before, in the time before time, when you stood before God and accepted your divine purpose. Now that memory is awakening. Archangel Michael whispers, you have forgotten how powerful your agreement was. You said yes to the mission long before the battle began. The angels are now aligning your life back to that original yes. The energy of heaven is rearranging the very fabric of your circumstances. Relationships that drained your peace are being loosened. Paths that led you in circles are being closed. New doors, golden, radiant, ordained, are forming in front of you. But here's what you must know. These doors will not open through physical force. They open through spiritual consent. You must respond to heaven, not with hesitation, but with full surrender. Archangel Michael says, when they respond, I will release the light. And the moment you do, a divine current flows from the heavens straight into your atmosphere. Every negative frequency, every lingering doubt, every shadow that tried to dim your purpose begins to dissolve. This is the moment heaven hath been waiting for. You are the key the angels have been guarding. You are the very reason this message was sealed in the first place. If your spirit has felt exhausted, know this: divine strength is about to return. The waiting is ending. You are not being overlooked. You are being positioned. The light descending now is not random. It is surgical. It will heal, align, and reawaken what has been dormant within you. Archangel Michael lifts his sword over you, declaring, "Let their faith ignite the light of fulfillment. Let their voice open the sealed promise." Before you move forward, take a moment to honor what is happening right now. This is not a video, it is a visitation. Heaven is recording your response, and the angels are ready to move at the sound of your agreement. If this word is stirring something deep within, like, share, and comment your yes below. Let this message reach every soul who needs to awaken tonight. Subscribe to stay connected to future releases of divine revelation. Type "I am awakened by light" in the comments. Blessing code 333 has just been unlocked. Now listen. Before this light completely settles over you, there is something sacred heaven wants you to sow into. When you give into this moment, you are not supporting a channel. You are fueling the mission of heaven itself. Every seed you sow becomes a voice that carries the word of God to those still walking in darkness. As it is written, "Those who sow in tears shall reap in joy." This is your moment of sowing light. I personally invite you, release your seed of faith through Super Thanks channel membership, or the PayPal link in the description below. This act is not a donation. It is a prophetic response. As you release it, heaven marks your obedience and multiplies it in divine measure. The oil of provision and protection will begin to flow in your home. Archangel Michael declares, "Those who partner with light will never walk in lack." Do not delay. Move with faith, because timing is everything in the Spirit. Blessed one, your act of giving tonight becomes a key that opens doors not only for you, but for generations after you. Let heaven record your obedience as divine alignment unfolds. My chosen vessel, the realm of light has already begun to shift around you. Archangel Michael is no longer standing at a distance. He is beside you now. His presence is a shield, his voice a sword, cutting through every lingering shadow that has whispered confusion into your spirit. The seal that was once hidden is opening, and with it, a river of revelation is flowing into your life. You are standing in the middle of a spiritual transaction, one where heaven gives, and all you must do is receive. Do you remember the strange moments when you felt like everything was falling apart, as if doors were closing for no reason? Those moments were not endings, they were recalibrations. Heaven was redirecting your steps to align with a greater blueprint. Archangel Michael says, the old doors had to close, because the new ones are carved in light. What you thought was rejection was actually protection. The delay was not punishment, it was positioning. Every time you cried in silence, an angel recorded it as evidence for your coming elevation. Right now, the angels of alignment are being dispatched. Your wings stir the winds around you, sweeping away the dust of confusion. They are arranging divine meetings, sacred opportunities, and timely connections. You may begin to notice new faces entering your life, people who seem to carry a frequency that matches your spirit. That is not coincidence, it is orchestration. Heaven is synchronizing your path with others who carry a similar calling, those who will not drain you but strengthen you. The message that was sealed for you is not just a prophecy, it is an assignment. And assignments are not given to the weak. That is why the battle you faced has been so fierce. Darkness only fights what threatens it. The intensity of your warfare reveals the magnitude of your purpose. Archangel Michael has been fighting unseen wars on your behalf, ensuring that what belongs to you cannot be stolen by any spiritual force. He stands before the throne, declaring your name in the courts of heaven, reminding the adversary that your destiny is marked with divine ownership. Heaven is speaking now. Do not measure your future by your current environment. What surrounds you now is temporary, but what is being written in your favor is eternal. The angels have seen the pages of your next chapter, and they are brighter than anything you've imagined. Every disappointment is being rewritten into testimony. Every unanswered question will soon make sense. The seal, once closed, is now releasing the light of understanding, and soon, revelation will meet manifestation. In this very moment, your home is being filled with divine resonance. The vibration of the message is entering your atmosphere like a soft hum of power. You may feel warmth, peace, or even tears, but these are not emotions. They are confirmations. The Spirit is moving through your environment, touching every hidden place that once held fear. Archangel Michael's sword is tracing light around your dwelling, declaring, "No darkness shall enter here again." Stay with me, for in what comes next, the light will not just surround you, it will begin to transform what is within you. The internal shift is what gives rise to external miracles. Heaven always changes the heart before it changes the environment. Type "I receive the shift" in the comments if your heart is aligning with this message. Blessing code 4747 has now been activated. Hold your focus. The next revelation will bring the moment when the inner transformation begins to take form in your physical reality. You will want to hear what Archangel Michael reveals next. My divine listener, a sacred current has begun to move within you, even now. The angels are no longer outside your life observing. They are inside your atmosphere, rearranging what you once thought was permanent. Archangel Michael stands at the center of your transformation, and his voice carries both authority and tenderness as he declares, "The shift within has begun." What they felt as pressure was actually birth. You are in the birthing chamber of your destiny. The contractions you felt lately, the sudden emotions, the inexplicable tension, are not signs of breakdown. They are indicators that something powerful is being born through you. Heaven is releasing divine oxygen into your spirit. You are being revived, renewed, and reconnected to your original design. The layers of fear, shame, and doubt that have wrapped around your identity are being burned away by the fire of truth. Archangel Michael's wings move like waves of light, and every sweep releases the sound of awakening. You are not who you were yesterday. Even as you breathe right now, your frequency is changing. The heaviness you carried for years is being lifted, and your soul is beginning to remember the sound of freedom. The angels whisper, "This is the moment of alignment." Everything inside of you that was once fragmented is being gathered together. Your spirit, mind, and purpose are merging into one unified rhythm. The seal that was locked by confusion is breaking open through clarity. You may begin to notice that your thoughts are sharper, your intuition stronger, your dreams more vivid. These are signs that your spirit is syncing with heaven's rhythm again. But listen carefully. Archangel Michael warns, as light awakens, shadows tremble. The moment your frequency rises, resistance may try to whisper once more. Old doubts, familiar distractions, even people who once misunderstood you might surface again. Do not mistake their reappearance for regression. They are surfacing so that you may choose light over them once and for all. Every time you stand firm in faith, the seal opens a little wider. Every time you refuse fear, a new layer of divine authority is added to your name. In the unseen realm, heaven has begun to record your transformation. Angels of testimony are writing your new story, not in ink but in light. They are inscribing on the walls of heaven that you have accepted your activation. Archangel Michael stands beside them, smiling with fierce pride, because your response has released a sound that echoes through eternity. You said yes. You opened the seal. You agreed to become the vessel of divine change. The winds around you may soon shift. You might feel lighter, more awake, as if the air itself is cleaner. That is the signature of heaven's visitation. The divine current that began with this message is now flowing through your life like a river. And as it flows, it will begin to carry away the debris of the past, the regrets, the doubts, the self-blame. It will replace them with vision, strength, and peace. My beloved, this is your becoming moment. The seal is not just opening, it is transforming you from the inside out. Hold on to that awareness, for the next revelation will bring the moment when your internal awakening begins to create visible miracles in your world. The angels have waited long to reveal this part. Type "I am reborn" in light in the comments if your spirit witnesses this truth. Blessing code 818 has now been activated. Do not drift away now, for what unfolds next will prove that heaven's word is not symbolic, it's tangible. The manifestation stage is approaching, and Archangel Michael is about to unveil the first signs of divine evidence in your life. Child of divine purpose, the air around you has shifted again. Heaven is no longer whispering, it is declaring. The awakening within you has reached the point where it begins to alter your physical reality. The unseen is crossing into the scene. Archangel Michael stands with a radiant host behind him, their wings extended wide, each one carrying fragments of the light that you have unlocked. This light is now shaping your tomorrow. It moves like a gentle current, invisible to the eye but undeniable to the heart. You have stepped into a phase where miracles no longer visit you, they dwell with you. For so long, you prayed and waited, wondering if heaven still remembered your name. Every delay tested your faith, every silence stretched your endurance. Yet now, the heavens respond with thunder as confirmation. We never forgot. Every moment of your waiting was recorded, every act of kindness unseen by others was honored. Every tear shed in quiet was gathered like a seed in God's garden. Those seeds have matured, and the angels are now delivering their harvest into your life. Archangel Michael speaks again, his tone firm yet filled with compassion. Tell them, he says, what they call coincidence will soon be recognized as confirmation. There are signs already forming around you. Yours that seem sealed are beginning to move. People who once ignored you will begin to remember your name. Unexpected messages, opportunities, and divine encounters will start to align, not because of luck, but because heaven has activated your divine timeline. You are now walking in what was written long before you were born. The light that entered you in the previous revelation is no longer dormant. It's alive, and it's multiplying. You may begin to notice peace where anxiety once lived, inspiration where confusion once lingered, and strength where weariness once drained you. It's the sign of divine evidence. Heaven never performs heavy. When the seal opens, it opens completely. The energy of divine fulfillment is now surrounding you like a mantle. The angels move in synchronization with your faith, releasing answers in perfect rhythm with your obedience. But Archangel Michael offers a sacred caution. Do not speak against your own prophecy, he says. Words are spiritual tools. Your voice either reinforces the miracle or resists it. Be intentional. Let your speech carry life, not fear. Speak light into every area of your existence, and you will see that light return to you multiplied. The seal responds to vibration, and your words are vibrations wrapped in power. When you declare faith, heaven amplifies it. When you declare doubt, heaven pauses, waiting for your agreement again. You are being invited to co-create with the divine. This is the highest level of partnership, when human surrender meets divine authority. The angels celebrate this union. They call it the moment of manifestation. Your part is simple. Stay aligned, stay surrendered, stay expectant. The power that has begun to move cannot be reversed unless you reject it. And you won't, because your spirit already knows this is what it was born for. Feel this truth now. Your surroundings, your energy, your path are no longer the same. Something has shifted permanently. What once resisted you will begin to serve you. What once delayed you will now propel you. Heaven has turned the page. The seal that began to open in silence has now exploded in light. Type "I walk in manifestation" in the comments if your faith feels the evidence stirring. Blessing code 5252 has now been released. Do not turn away yet, for what comes next will unveil the deeper mystery. Why heaven chose this exact season for your revelation, and how the angels will now move through your timeline to establish every promise made over your life. Beloved one, the heavens are no longer whispering in the distance. They are roaring through your life like waves of light. You have crossed the invisible threshold where revelation turns into manifestation. The angels who once stood waiting have now begun to move. They carry scrolls of fulfillment, and each scroll bears your name. Archangel Michael stands at the front of this divine procession, his sword glowing brighter than before. He declares, "The one who is heard now becomes the one who walks in power." This is not the beginning of your miracle. It is its unfolding. In the spiritual realm, you have been seen saying yes, and that yes has echoed through the corridors of eternity. Heaven has recorded your agreement as a covenant. The very atmosphere around you is now cooperating with divine will. Things you once struggled to achieve will begin to unfold naturally, not through effort, but through alignment. When heaven moves, resistance loses its grip. Archangel Michael is now commanding the angels of acceleration to take their place around you. They are infusing your journey with divine speed. What took years to grow will now mature in days, and what once felt impossible will soon become visible. You may already be sensing this energy as strange coincidences or bursts of peace at unexpected moments. The truth is, these are not coincidences at all. These are markers that heaven is near. The presence of divine orchestration always comes with subtle signs, random encounters, unusual favor, words from strangers that seem to echo what you've just prayed. That is the language of the Spirit confirming the movement of God in your life. Heaven always gives you evidence before completion, so your faith can recognize its own reflection. Archangel Michael is instructing you now. Protect your atmosphere. The manifestation that has begun requires purity of thought and stability of spirit. The enemy cannot reverse what God has initiated, but he will attempt to distract you from recognizing it. Guard your focus. Guard your worship. The very attention you give to light strengthens it. Every moment you choose peace over panic, gratitude over fear, and trust over worry, you expand the field of divine energy around your life. This is how miracles anchor themselves, through consistent faith. You are stepping into what heaven calls the season of visibility. It means what hath been growing in silence is about to be seen by others. Your obedience, your endurance, your tears, all the unseen sacrifices, are now about to produce visible fruit. The angels are preparing a stage of testimony for you. This is not for ego or attention, it's for evidence. The light that moves through you will become a beacon for others. You are not just being blessed, you are being positioned to be a blessing. The divine scroll that was once sealed has now been unrolled completely, and the final lines are being written through your actions. Heaven is trusting you with visibility because you proved faithful in obscurity. The angels rejoice as your name is spoken in heavenly celebration. Archangel Michael's wings open wide as he proclaims, their story will become a signpost of hope. The prophecy is no longer pending, it's active. The light that once surrounded you is now radiating from within you. This is your evidence season. You will begin to witness small breakthroughs expanding into major transformations. Financial release, emotional restoration, reconciliations, new opportunities, and divine favor will intertwine in ways that leave no doubt about the source. The angels are not bringing luck. They are executing order, divine order that has your destiny at its center. Type "I am walking in divine order" in the comments if this word finds you ready. Blessing code 7171 has now been released. Stay close to this frequency, because what unfolds next carries a deeper call. Heaven is not just blessing you, it is recruiting you. The next revelation unveils why you were chosen to carry this light and how Archangel Michael will anoint your voice to awaken others who are still sleeping under the shadow of delay. Chosen vessel of divine light, your journey has now entered the stage of divine responsibility. Heaven is no longer only working for you, it is beginning to work through you. The light that once entered your heart as a whisper is now radiating outward, seeking to awaken others who are still asleep in spiritual delay. Archangel Michael stands beside you, his countenance calm but powerful, and says, "Tell them this. Those who carry light must release it." The miracle becomes complete only when it multiplies. That is why you have been drawn here tonight. You were not called merely to receive revelation. You were chosen to become revelation in motion. Even now, the angels of assignment are being sent into your circle. They carry divine orders to connect you with the souls your light is meant to reach. These will not be random encounters. They will be divine meetings, moments when your words, presence, or simple kindness release healing energy into someone's life. You will begin to feel subtle nudges to speak encouragement, to pray for others, or to step into situations that call for compassion. When those nudges come, know that they are heaven's instructions. You are stepping into partnership with the divine. Archangel Michael reminds you, this level of anointing comes with stewardship. Protect your inner life, because what you carry is rare. Do not allow bitterness, comparison, or pride to poison what heaven has placed within you. The light you hold is delicate yet unbreakable. It expands best in purity, gratitude, and humility. The same angels who once fought for your breakthrough are now guarding your assignment. They walk with you daily, ensuring that every seed of faith you plant multiplies in divine timing. And hear this clearly, this next wave of manifestation will not come in isolation. It will arrive through divine community. Heaven is aligning you with people who have waited for your voice. Some of them are weary, some are confused, some are seeking direction, and you will carry the very sound that reignites their hope. Archangel Michael says, you are not just being blessed, you are being commissioned. This is the sacred moment where your testimony becomes someone else's prophecy. The heavens rejoice when obedience multiplies. Every time you speak faith aloud, every time you share truth, every time you release love instead of judgment, another angel is released into the earth to protect and amplify that act. What you do now echoes through eternity. You are no longer the receiver. You are the vessel. The divine realm has opened its floodgates, and your light has become part of heaven's infrastructure of hope. You may not fully see it, but every time your voice carries truth, ripples move through the unseen world. Lives shift. Chains break. Atmospheres change. And all because you said yes. If this revelation is igniting your spirit, like, comment, and share this message so that heaven's word can reach those still in darkness. Subscribe so that you stay connected to every divine release meant for your elevation. Type "I am a light carrier" in the comments. Blessing code 888 has now been released. And now, hear this divine call. This is not just a moment of awakening. It's a moment of partnership. When you support this mission, you are not supporting a platform. You are fueling heaven's agenda on earth. Your act of giving becomes a spark that ignites hope in souls across nations. Archangel Michael stands witness, declaring, "Those who sow into the light shall reap divine favor." I invite you to release your offering of faith today through Super Thanks channel membership, with a PayPal link in the description below. This is more than generosity. It is obedience. Each seed becomes a carrier of divine breakthrough, multiplying as it travels. The oil of abundance and protection will not leave your house. Heaven records every act of partnership, marking it as a covenant of light. Those who move when heaven moves will never miss their appointed time. Let your giving tonight echo with purpose. Heaven is watching, the angels are moving, and your obedience will unlock what generations have waited to see. Beloved Spirit, the heavens are trembling with movement tonight. Light that you have carried has now expanded beyond your own life. It is moving outward, touching dimensions and hearts that you cannot yet see. Archangel Michael stands in the midst of this unfolding, his eyes blazing with authority, his wings outstretched in protection over you. The air around your destiny has changed. What was once delayed is now accelerating. What was once hidden is being unveiled. The message that began as a whisper in your soul has become a living current flowing through creation itself. You must understand something vital now. Heaven never sends light without purpose. The energy that surrounds you carries instructions. Divine timing is aligning with divine command. There are places your feet will soon walk that your spirit has already seen in dreams. Those visions you once dismissed as imagination were previews of what heaven was preparing. Archangel Michael says, "The seal has opened their timeline. Now they must walk boldly into it." Fear will try to whisper, but fear has no authority here. You are not entering uncharted land. You are stepping into preordained promise. There is a sound echoing through your atmosphere right now, the sound of angelic confirmation. It hums softly in your spirit like a rhythm you can't explain. It is heaven's way of saying, "We are here." Every step you take in faith is amplified by the angelic host that surrounds you. They are not distant observers. They are divine partners. When you speak light, they move. When you declare truth, they respond. You are co-laboring with the unseen. Archangel Michael raises his sword and draws a line in the spirit, declaring, "No darkness shall follow them past this point." This is a decree over your life. The patterns that once repeated, the cycles of disappointment, anxiety, and confusion, end here. You have entered what heaven calls the corridor of completion. In this realm, what begins in faith finds its finish in fulfillment. The angels of closure are moving now, sealing off every unfinished battle, every loop of delay, every echo of old pain. Your inner world will soon reflect this shift. Peace will begin to feel more natural than worry. Rest will come easier than striving. The weight that once pressed upon your shoulders will lift. You are walking lighter because heaven has lifted what was never meant to stay. The divine energy around you has recalibrated your vibration, aligning it with joy, grace, and abundance. You may feel warmth. You may feel stillness, or even a holy silence, but that silence is not absence. It is completion. And now, heaven gives a final reminder through Archangel Michael. Guard your gratitude. Gratitude is the language of permanence. What you thank God for remains. What you ignore begins to fade. Keep your heart open in worship, even in small moments. The angels are drawn to thankful souls because gratitude mirrors heaven's atmosphere. Every thank you is a beacon, every word of praise a magnet for divine activity. Your transformation is not temporary. The seal has not just been opened, it has been rewritten with your name in the center. The story that once carried sorrow now carries sacred power. The angels have begun to declare your life as a living testimony of restoration. And as they sing, the sound of your victory is being recorded in the archives of eternity. Type "I am sealed in completion" in the comments if you feel heaven confirming this in your spirit. Blessing code 9191 has now been activated. Hold steady now, for what unfolds next reveals the ultimate mystery, why you were chosen for this encounter, and how your obedience tonight becomes the key for generations after you. You will want to stay present, for what Archangel Michael reveals next will shift how you see your entire life's journey. Beloved vessel of divine grace, as heaven continues to unveil its secrets, the true depth of your calling begins to emerge. The seal has opened fully, and what lies inside is not merely a blessing, it is a legacy. The angels are no longer simply surrounding you. They are now walking with you into your ordained purpose. Archangel Michael's presence intensifies, his countenance blazing with sacred fire. He says, "Now the mystery must be revealed. The one who has received must now understand why they were chosen. From the beginning of your existence, before your body was even formed, your soul was marked with a divine pattern. Heaven inscribed within you a frequency, a spiritual code that resonates with creation itself. That is why you have always felt different, why you have carried sensitivity in your spirit, why you often discern what others cannot. You were born with an awareness of both the light and the battle. Every struggle you've endured has been training, not punishment. The storms did not come to destroy you. They came to awaken the warrior within. Archangel Michael whispers, "The fire you endured was never meant to burn you. It was meant to brand you with divine authority." Look back for a moment, not with regret, but with revelation. Every loss you faced was a sacred exchange. Every disappointment removed something that could not carry the weight of your destiny. The people who left, the doors that closed, the delays that frustrated you, each one of them was part of heaven's rearrangement. Heaven protects what it values, and sometimes that protection looks like separation. You were being hidden for your unveiling. The angels have guarded you in moments you thought you were alone. You were never forgotten, only preserved. Now, as the light grows stronger within you, your true purpose begins to surface. You are not just called to witness miracles, you are called to release them. Heaven has placed within you a spiritual authority that carries weight in the unseen realm. Your words are no longer ordinary. When you speak in faith, you release vibration, waves of divine sound that move through time and space, shifting outcomes and summoning alignment. Archangel Michael declares, "The same power that broke your chains is now in your voice. Use it with purpose. You are being called into the priesthood of light, a realm where your prayers become instruments of transformation. The angels of intercession will now begin to move with you. Some of you will start to dream more vividly, hearing clear instructions in the night. Others will find that when you speak peace, chaos dissolves. When you declare healing, sickness weakens. When you bless, abundance follows. This is not coincidence, it is activation. The seal has unlocked your voice, and heaven has amplified your authority. In this phase of your awakening, discernment becomes your greatest weapon. Not every opportunity is divine, and not every voice carries truth. The more light you carry, the more imitation will try to surround you. But do not fear. The angels will confirm what is of heaven and expose what is not. Archangel Michael stands ready to guard your discernment. He commands, "Let every false voice be silenced, and let clarity be restored to the chosen." The divine current is moving fast now, faster than you realize. The coming days will bring confirmation after confirmation, signs so clear that you will not be able to deny the orchestration of heaven. Dreams, numbers, alignments, and encounters will all converge to prove that what began as prophecy has become reality. You are walking in divine momentum, and momentum must be honored. You not slowed down in fear. What it is, good. You are no longer waiting for heaven to move. Heaven is waiting for you to continue moving with it. Type "I walk in divine authority" in the comments if this message has found your spirit awake and ready. Blessing code 1001 is now activated. Remain close now, because what is about to be unveiled will take this revelation to its highest point. The next release will reveal how heaven's covenant extends beyond you, to your lineage, your home, and the future generations who will inherit the light you are carrying. Sacred One, the heavens are expanding their reach through your obedience. The sound of your agreement has not only altered your own path, it has begun to reshape the atmosphere surrounding your entire lineage. Archangel Michael now stands before the altar of remembrance, holding a radiant scroll that glows with your family's name upon it. He says, "The light that entered through them will now flow through their generations." This moment is not just about you. It is about the redemption of every thread that has ever touched your bloodline. For so long, cycles have repeated in your family, patterns of loss, confusion, fear, and delay. Each generation carried the echoes of unfinished battles, each heart burdened by weights they did not understand. Heaven has seen this, and now heaven hath decided that the cycle ends here. The divine decree hath been written. It shall not pass beyond this generation. The angels of restoration are descending, carrying the light that will cleanse ancestral residue from your line. What once felt cursed will now be crowned with favor. The very areas where your ancestors fell short will become the ground where you and those after you will rise. Archangel Michael stands as the enforcer of this covenant. His sword burns brighter than before, tracing circles of fire around your home, round your loved ones, round your name. Each stroke of light breaks another chain of repetition. He declares, "The seal has not just opened for one. It has opened for all connected to their faith." Even as you listen, the sound of liberation echoes through time. Heaven moves through the corridors of memory, writing stories, erasing shame, and restoring what was stolen by generations past. This is why your life has felt like a war zone at times. You were not just fighting for yourself. You were standing as the turning point of an entire bloodline. The resistance was so intense because the victory would be so complete. You were the chosen repairer of the breach, the vessel through which heaven would reclaim a family once entangled by delay. Archangel Michael reminds you, the first to break free is always the most tested. And now, the test is complete. The angels of inheritance are stepping forward to deliver what rightfully belongs to your lineage. You will begin to notice changes in your family atmosphere. Conversations will shift. Relationships long divided will soften. Peace will begin to visit places where chaos once ruled. Financial blockages will begin to dissolve as old debts, spiritual and emotional, are settled in heaven's courts. The divine ledger is being balanced. The angels have begun to write paid in full over what your family once carried. The weight is lifting. Archangel Michael speaks once more. Tell them to anoint their homes with words of life. Speak blessing where there was pain. Declare peace where there was fear. Every word you release in faith becomes a beam of light that anchors this transformation. The same way your words once carried weight over your own life, they now carry power over your lineage. Heaven has entrusted you with generational authority. Use it wisely, speak it boldly, and walk in it daily. As the fire of heaven continues to spread, you will begin to notice a subtle calm taking root in your surroundings. That calm is not emptiness, it is renewal. It is the holy stillness that follows deliverance. The angels stand in reverent silence because the work is complete. What was sealed has been broken, what was lost has been recovered, and what was darkened has been illuminated. Your destiny now stands as a beacon for generations to come. The covenant written in light will outlive your lifetime. Heaven will preserve your name among those who turn darkness into dawn. And when future generations look back, they will speak of this moment as the night the angels broke through. Type "I break the cycle" in the comments if your spirit bears witness to this generational freedom. Lesson Code 4545 has now been released. Do not move away now, for what comes next is the divine culmination, the closing of the heavenly seal, where Archangel Michael delivers the final command and releases the eternal blessing that completes this entire revelation. Beloved child of eternity, the heavens are quiet now, not with absence but with awe. The angels stand in solemn stillness, their wings folded in reverence, as the final part of this divine message unfolds. The journey that began with a sealed mystery has now reached its sacred completion. The seal has not only opened, it has fulfilled its purpose. Archangel Michael stands before the throne, his sword lowered, his expression radiant yet serene. He whispers, "It is done." The one who has received now carries divine authority. You may feel it even now, a profound stillness settling into your spirit. That stillness is not emptiness, it is presence. It is the vibration of heaven resting upon your life after the storm of awakening. Every angel that has been assigned to you has completed their task of revelation. They now take their positions around your path, not as messengers, but as guardians of the fulfilled word. The light you have received will no longer visit you. It will dwell within you permanently. Archangel Michael speaks again, his voice low but filled with infinite command. Child of light, you have crossed from revelation into embodiment. You are no longer waiting for heaven to move. Heaven now moves through you. The words you speak are no longer petitions, they are decrees. The moment these words are spoken, the light that once surrounded you begins to merge with your essence. It enters your heart, your mind, your breath. You are no longer seeking divine energy, you are carrying it. The Spirit of God has sealed your awakening, and the signature of that seal is peace. This peace is not passive. It is strength disguised as stillness. It is the unshakable knowing that no matter what happens, heaven's will is already established in your favor. The battles you once fought in fear, you will now navigate in authority. The prayers you once whispered in desperation, you will now speak as declarations. You have become an agent of divine justice and an extension of heaven's compassion upon the earth. The angels move when you move. Light responds when you speak. The alignment is complete. Archangel Michael turns his gaze toward you once more. His wings lift, spreading like golden fire, and he declares the final decree. The seal is closed not in limitation, but in fulfillment. Every promise has been activated, every word established. Walk in this covenant, and nothing shall be able to uproot what heaven has planted. His voice echoes through realms, sealing your transformation with finality. The heavens respond with a single note of thunder, not of warning, but of completion. From this moment forward, Every step you take will carry the echo of divine presence. Doors will open before you with minimal effort. Situations that once resisted you will now cooperate with grace. You will find that time bends in your favor, opportunities align effortlessly, and peace follows you like a loyal shadow. The angels will continue to minister in your surroundings, not as visitors, but as permanent dwellers in the atmosphere you now command. And now, as this message draws to its sacred close, heaven leaves you with a charge: guard what has been given. Speak it, live it, multiply it. Let the light you carry become a refuge for those still wandering in confusion. Archangel Michael has not left you. He walks with you now, unseen but undeniably present. Whenever fear tries to return, remember his words: you are not waiting for light, you are light. This is the completion of your awakening. The seal is fulfilled, the message complete, the covenant alive. You are no longer the seeker, you are the answer. Walk boldly, live fully, and remember that heaven's signature rests upon your name. Like, comment, and share this message if it has spoken to your spirit. Let this light reach those who are ready to awaken as you have. Subscribe so you never miss another divine revelation. Type "I am the living light" in the comments. Blessing code 000 has now been sealed. And before this moment closes, I invite you to step into the sacred act of partnership with heaven. When you give in response to this word, you are not giving to a person, you are giving into the mission that carries the light of truth to countless souls across the world. Your seed becomes a vessel through which God's message travels, breaking darkness and bringing awakening. As it is written, he who refreshes others will himself be refreshed. This is your chance to water what has watered you. I invite you to sow through Super Thanks channel membership, or the PayPal link in the description below. Do it not as a transaction, but as a prophetic act, a declaration that you are aligned with heaven's work. As you give, Archangel Michael commands the angels of provision to surround your life. The oil of favor and increase will flow through your home, your work, and your generations. Heaven marks your obedience with a seal of abundance. Your giving tonight is not a gesture, it is a covenant. It will echo in eternity, for every act of faith written in light never fades. Move as you are led, for the heavens are open, and the angels are still waiting to move at the sound of your obedience.